Okay, Skye at Holland is expected to preview at the end of September, and right now you don't see a lot of videos online regarding Skye at Holland because there isn't much information about the project that has been released other than most of the public information about the land, the location and all this. But I thought it's better for me to share this information as soon as possible, and then maybe we have another video when more information is released to talk about more of the micro aspects. But while now we can look at what we already know about the project and why Skye at Holland is likely to be a very, very popular project. Firstly, maybe just look at the fact sheet or the basic information on this project. So it is a 666 units project that is expected to TOP in Q1 of 2029. It is on a reasonable large land size of 133,000 square feet, and interestingly, being so close to the MRT station, it has a 1-for-1 car park ratio, 666 units. It is developed by 4 reputable developers, namely Capitaland, UOL Group, Singapore Land, and Kheng Leong. And this brings me to the first point and why this is likely to be a very popular development. It is not often that you get a joint venture of 4 big names coming in to develop a project together. So among these 4 developers, some of the notable projects that they have developed are like Jayden in Jurong, Canning Hill Piers, Sengkang Grand in Buangkok, and the recently launched Upper House at Orchard Boulevard, Parktown Residence in Tampines, Avenue South Residences, as well as Pine Tree Hill, and many, many, many other very notable projects, which sold very well at launch. It is undeniable that this project will also do very well, considering the background of all these reputable developers. And secondly, the most important thing about this project is the address of District 10. I think when you tell people your address is District 10, not much needs to be said anymore. District 10 includes areas like Holland, your Bukit Timah, Nasim, 6th Avenue, and so on. So as long as you tell people District 10, people know that you're of a certain status or certain level in society. Next thing that is very rare about this project is that it is a 666 units large project. And interestingly, within 1 kilometer of this project, the second largest project is actually Leiden Residences with only 381 units. And in the whole of District 10, if you're looking at projects above 500 units and not those really old projects, there are actually only 2, which is Skye at Holland and the next one being the Leiden, which is already more than 10 years old already. What is the importance of a large project? First of all, you have more space for your facilities and your amenities. Secondly, with larger number of units, you actually have more transactions, leading to more opportunities for capital appreciation, because with each transaction, each owner tries to sell higher than the previous owner, and it is only with transactions that the price of the asset starts to appreciate. The next point is actually that this is the last plot of land in the Holland Village vicinity that is so close to the MRT and the mall. There's literally no more land around this area that can be released for government land sales unless an en bloc is to happen, and we all know that right now en bloc is not so common or not so easy anymore. You are minutes from the MRT station and you're literally living right next to One Holland Village, and as well as Chippy Gardens, as well as all the restaurants and all the lifestyle amenities that you have. Why this project is likely to be attractive is also because of the cheap land bid that the developer got this project for. Developers secured this land for the price of 1,285 per square feet per plot ratio. To put that into perspective, the land secured for the recent Chuan Grove in Lorong Chuan was even more expensive at 1,376 per square feet per plot ratio, as well as Bayshore was secured at 1,388 per square feet per plot ratio. So what you're essentially getting here is a District 10 project, a District 10 address, that the land was secured cheaper than projects in outside of the core central region, areas in Lorong Chuan and Bayshore. Of course, developer securing the land cheap doesn't mean that they will sell cheap, which is why the entry price is very important, and that is something I will elaborate likely in my next video when I get the pricing estimates from the developer. So if you found this video useful so far, please do like and subscribe to this channel, as I intend to do more of such videos to educate the public and buyers of upcoming projects. So coming back to the land price of this project, could it be that this project could launch very close to the price of One Holland Village Residences back in 2019? And the main reason for that possibility is the next point that I'm going to touch on, is that this is technically the first and possibly the last GFA harmonized plot of land in the Holland Village area. What is GFA harmonization? If you're not familiar with that, it is that right now all the different agencies are actually using the same measurements in counting the gross floor area of a development. And in simple terms, basically the aircon ledges are no longer calculated into the square footage, as well as all the floor area of the property is actually measured to the center of the wall. What this results in is more efficient layout and totally no wastage of space. So there's a possibility that the same unit at Skye Holland could be priced at the same price at One Holland Village, despite them being different in sizes on paper. But more to come when we have the estimated prices. Another major selling point of Skye at Holland is the rentability of this project. A good comparison will be using One Holland Village, which was only completed in September last year. And from then till today, out of the 296 units there have already been more than 180 rental transactions, which means that the tenants really love this place. So it is no question that this project will also be easy to rent out should you choose to buy it for investment. And last but not least, we know that this area is also surrounded by many million-dollar HDB flats in the Dawson area as well as the Queenstown and Redhill area. So that is a very clear exit strategy if you choose to enter into Skye at Holland, because all these home buyers, all these HDB upgraders do have the funds to upgrade to a private property should they choose to do so. But with all this said and done, how do we know that this is a safe property to enter? Ultimately, it depends on the entry price, because the entry price determines your exit price and what is the profit that you can make. And all this can only be done when we have the estimate of the prices from the developer, possibly in the coming weeks. I will definitely do a second video to help you analyze what is a safe entry price when the prices have been released from the developer. So again, if you found this analysis useful, do subscribe and like this video and share it with those who would find it useful. I'll see you in the next video.